Hey everyone, Matt here, your patient ambassador and deep diver into all things essential tremor and DBS, Deep Brain Stimulation. Today I will be talking about the VILIM Ball, V-I-L-I-M Ball. It's a device produced by VILIM, and it uses mechanical vibrations to activate neuromuscular spindle receptors, reducing tremors for a temporary period. Studies show that 81% of participants reported symptom relief and 94% reported improvement in hand steadiness. So basically, a 10-minute session can provide relief for tasks like writing, eating, or using a phone, and it's designed for daily use. It's available in the US and Europe, approximately $300 to $370 US, and it also comes with a mobile app. It can be used for monitoring tremor intensity and tracking progress. So how this works, and we'll dive a little deeper into this. It uses sensory gating, which basically sends a slow-paced pulse to block erratic neural signals, which helps improve motor control. And it is aimed at individuals suffering from Parkinson's and essential tremor. So let's check out their website first of all. Or this is their website where you can get the VILIM Ball. Again, we'll dive deeper into this. So it's basically personalized for you. Less tremor, more freedom. Built-in sensors analyze tremor patterns in real time. Smart algorithms adapt the vibration to each user. Personalized safe vibrations stimulate muscles and nerves to reduce tremor activity, and then leads to steady movement and calming, soothing effects. So yeah, and you can get it on Amazon even, so that's pretty cool. So here's some testimonies. There's the Archimedes spiral. Wow. You can see this person still has a tiny bit of tremor. Her hands wobbly. We'll see something else here. Glass of water. Wow. Still a little bit of a tremor. That was after. Well, I'll put the links in the description of my video, but yeah. So noticeable reduction, but you have to treat it several times a day. 5,000 users gave it a 4.4. I'm sure it doesn't work for everyone, and like I said, it's only temporary. If you're a little nervous with other treatments, then you know, it's good that there are other options. Okay, lasts up to 4 hours. Nice, it's lightweight. Good battery. Wow, 6 months after one charge. Dual used for both hands. Okay. Some neurologists think it's a good thing. Customer reviews. Now let's look at some of the highest ratings. Notice a big difference with the tremor. About 2 days of use, pretty amazing. It's frankly a miracle. It really works. My doctor was amazed. Gute Erfahrung gemacht. I'm not sure what that means. I know German, but I'm not sure what that means. Just kinda feels great. I'll let you know. All right, let's look at some of the lowest ratings. See what people dislike the most. Bought for an elderly relative. She used it for a few weeks and said it helped her tremors only slightly, not enough for her to continue using it. At first I was helping, but then I stopped using it and tried again. I didn't see much of a difference. Shaking in on YouTube raves about it, but I don't see it helped a lot. Actually, I follow Shaking In on TikTok. But, okay. Well, I mean, overall, it's pretty good. 4.4 out of 84 reviews. I thought it said 5,000 reviews. Maybe that's just Trustpilot. 5,000 users. That must be across different platforms. But yeah, I'll link that in
Lisa
the description.
Bradbury has been living with the symptoms of early onset Parkinson's for more than 4 years.
It got harder to walk with a cup of tea. I started to walk slower. My handwriting got smaller. The thing with a tremor, it's exhausting.
But a therapeutic device called a VILIM Ball is finally giving her a break.
Generally, I get at least 2 hours relief every time I use it, which doesn't sound a lot, but for someone that lives with a tremor, that is like, oh.
For some patients, it's even longer. The 50-year-old uses the vibrating ball for about 10 minutes, 3 times a day.
Amazing. And look, no movement. Straight away. Tremor's gone.
The device uses an AI algorithm to learn its user's tremor.
Gone.
The device...
No movement.
All right. She's got a little bit of tremor. But, I mean, it's nowhere near as persistent as it was before.
Hey.
Amazing. And look, no movement. Straight away. Tremor's gone.
The device uses an AI algorithm.
I give it a 90%
algorithm to learn its user's tremor to individualize the treatment.
The vibrations from the ball temporarily disrupt the neurological pathway to the brain that causes a person's tremor.
The VILIM Ball's now approved by the TGA for use in Australia, following studies in patients with Parkinson's and another condition called Essential Tremor.
Clinical trials show that it works for about 85% of people.
At almost $600, the device doesn't come cheap, but those on the NDIS may be able to get their hands on one for free.
Because it's only been relatively recently TGA approved, we haven't gone through that process of getting it listed on the PBS. Down the track, that's certainly something that we'll look to do.
It's not a cure, but it's something Lisa says she'd be lost without.
Oh, I'd cry a lot more than I do.
Ashley Kanowski, 7 News.
One of the videos I really wanted you to see is this one, because he's a musician. So, here we go.
Hey there. I normally don't post stuff like this, but I kind of ran into something lately that I wanted to see if I could post online and help some folks out. So some of you know that for a while I deal with a neurological condition called essential tremor. It's something that takes effect in the hands mainly. It's something my father had that actually, toward the end of his life, actually really ended up debilitating him. He ended up losing almost the use of his right arm totally. And so it's something I've been monitoring for a while. I've had it really, I would say, noticeably for about 5 years. But over the past probably 2 or 3, it's gotten really bad to the fact that I couldn't really cook anymore. And that's how a lot of you online kind of know me for that. But it also took away things like my ability to write and draw and play guitar, even though I wasn't a very good guitarist, and just using a screwdriver, things like that. Just day-to-day things made it really difficult. I started doing medication for it probably about 3 years ago. I met with a neurologist. He started me on some medications, which I don't really think helped too much. But I just went back in holiday time, 2024, saw the neurologist again, and he directed me to the essentialtremor.org website, which I'll throw a URL up here for people to go check it out. And there's a number of devices and things that they recommend for people that are kind of like counterbalance weight things. So mainly it's to help people eat and do some day-to-day activities. But when you're cooking, you can't really use a lot of those things because they go in your hands, and obviously your hands get messy, so you can't use them. One of the devices they recommended was a watch-like device, kind of like an Apple Watch that you can wear. But those things are like really, really expensive, and insurance doesn't cover them. But there was another product that just kind of popped up recently called a VILIM Ball, and they look like this. And so I ended up getting a couple of these things.
Villain. That's funny. The closed caption call it the VILIM Ball. But all right, carrying on.
And to try it out, because the doctor had recommended upping my dosage of medication, I didn't really want to do that. So what I want to do is I want to do a little overlay here of just to show what my hands looked like about 2 weeks ago. Because when you get the VILIM Ball, it's about a 14-day process that they have you do it. And as you see my hand, it shakes a lot. And when you're trying to grab something or cut or do things like hold down an onion, it was really difficult. So left hand, I couldn't do it. And then right hand, using a knife as well wasn't, I would shake around with that. So obviously having two shaking things and trying to cut, not the best thing for somebody who likes to cook. So got the VILIM Ball. And again, like you said, for 14 days, you're supposed to kind of use them it's a 10-minute therapy session. You're supposed to do them every 4 hours. So it tends to be about 3 or 4 times a day. I've got another video overlay. I'll show you about how I'm doing them. I apologize for the crotch shot, but it was kind of the best way we could show you because you need to hold on to them. I hold them mainly in the tips of my fingers, and because that's when I get the most tremor happening is when I'm in the tips of my fingers. And then you're supposed to rest your arms, and so you'll see you just kind of run it for a little bit. So it was pretty cool. So after about the first few days, you could really tell that something was going on because it's not really like electrostim. It's more of a kind of a vibration stimulant type of a thing that is working with the neurological system. So what I did then is I took another video about 7 days in. So here's another video, and you can see already that the motion of the hand, there wasn't a lot of shaking. And so I was really starting to get excited. And the next day, I was able to hold and cut an onion really well. So again, I've got another overlay video here I'll show you of, I was able to hold both the onion down with my left hand and use a knife with my right hand and not have the anxiety of the shake as well as the actual physical of the shake to cut the onion.
It's pretty good.
And so I was able to dice it up, and I've actually been able to, over this past week, cook every night. It's been awesome. And so just again, I kind of wanted to put that out here because, again, I did another therapy session yesterday. And again, I'm going to do an overlay video to show you what my hand looks like here. So as you can see, it barely shakes. And, it's really cool. And the other part, though, I want to show you is, so I still can't do everything. While the writing has gotten a lot better, which is awesome, but I still can't really play guitar. So again, I did a little overlay video to show you when you're trying to do kind of hard movements or even trying to move with any sort of speed that would be kind of necessary to play a guitar, you can't really do it. So things like that, I tried to play a little bit of a piano, similar things, holding it down was kind of a challenge, but overall, it's been pretty awesome. And so, again, I just want to put that out here because there's a number of videos and people that are talking about treatments for essential tremor. I know there have been a few other people that have done reviews of the VILIM Ball. The one that I get it's out of, I think, Lithuania is where they come in, which I was kind of like, but it's approved. So not approved, but the essentialtremor.org group is behind it. And so, people are doing research. So, again, throwing it out there. If anybody's got any questions, they want to hit me up, go ahead, just leave some comments or reach out or whatever. Happy to answer any questions. All right, thanks.
Intriguing. So I'm wondering if any of my viewers have ever tried this VILIM Ball, and if so, please leave some info in the comments. But I mean, as you can see, I just took a drink with my DBS on, piece of cake. If I had to, make a spiral or anything, totally can do that. So I don't know, if it was me and, I was on meds and I didn't want to take meds and I tried the VILIM Ball, I don't think I would enjoy it because playing guitar is my livelihood. So I don't know, I don't think it would be worth it back in the day for me. So I just turned my stimulation off, and as you can see, it's probably about the same type of tremor he has. But yeah, I'm happy where I'm at. And again, I stumbled upon this VILIM Ball just recently. I've never even heard of it. And I don't even remember how I stumbled upon it, but that's cool. There's different things out there to help people get by with this debilitating disorder. And again, if you can't fathom the brain surgery idea, then there's always alternatives. Let's put it that way. But I hope you enjoyed that. Hope that helps. And I'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching.